Hi everybody and welcome back to SciArtShop.com. Okay guys, we're back to finish off the final part of the paintbrush chef. And I'm pleased to say everything has dried really well. So I'm going to show you, put it on the board now and show you how it looks. And then we can stick it all on, and we're pretty much done, I believe. So without further ado, let's get started. So we have our board, and here it is. And here is the body of the chef paintbrush. And doesn't it look good? It's very shiny. So I decided just to use the spray varnish, the gloss varnish, and not to do anything else with it because it's already glossy enough and I like the look, so it's all really good. So without further ado, I'll just place this where I think everything's going to go and play around with it, and once I'm happy with that, I will stick it all on. So exciting stuff. So let's do that. And that's still playing up, that little arm there, but we'll get over that, like I said before. Okay, so it's going to be roughly like that. Now what you want to do next is, just after you placed it on the board, is just to check everything's in proportion. And I'm not going to have, I did think I might put the arm like that and have it going over the board, but I'm not going to do that. You can do that if that's the look you're looking for, but you just have to be aware that it could get knocked. It's okay when it's actually on the wall or wherever it's being put, but when, say like this one's going to be a gift, when somebody unwraps it, even with cling film on it, it can get caught. Not cling film, bubble wrap. It can get caught, and then even though you've stuck down the hand, it might all fly off. So don't do that unless you've got some really strong glue you're using. I'm going to be using my glue gun to stick it on. So that's fairly strong anyway, so that should be fine. Okay, so I'm just getting in proportion. That's where it's going to be screwed into the wall. That's used. Now I think I will move it down slightly because I think that will look better. So I'm just going to play around with that. And the good thing about these arms and hands, we can move them around. So that kind of thing can be moved fairly easily. So you do want them to be in different positions, but again, on the board is what you're after here, guys. If you know what I mean, what I'm saying, you do, that's great. So let's have a look. Yeah, I'm just going to measure, just use my finger really, about that and that. Yeah, so it's roughly the same spacing. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. So I'm going to stick that on now. Now the best way to do it is to take everything off and just leave that body like so. So what I normally do is just lift it up like that, and then I know roughly where it's going to go. So you just need to, actually I might have to lift it up a bit more. Put that on there, liberally put quite a lot on. And before it all, because if you put a lot of glue on there, it's going to come off and probably drip. So you just want to make sure you get that on before that happens. It can drip if it's underneath where you're going to stick it, because you're not going to see. But if that's not the case, that's going to ruin the design slightly, because you'll need to get off the glue if it's, you know, stuck on the board out here somewhere. So I can still move it slightly, but it is going to set fairly quick. So I have to be a bit quick with this, if you know what quick's all about, guys. Okay, so I'm going to go with that. Next thing I'm going to do is put the arm on. Now I just need to, I think I'll put it something like that. Now what you want to try and do is, when you put, I need to put a new glue stick in. It's always slightly tricky trying to fill the glue gun when you're trying to stick at the same time. So I just need to put a bit down there. Now you don't want to put loads, but at the same time you want to put enough, if that makes sense, because you're going to see the glue and you don't want that look. So without burning yourself, try to stick it down like so. So there it is, like that. So that's going to go there. So that's down. So I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to turn that over and just put some glue on there. Might put a little bit there. Not much. I don't think it needs it. A bit more there. And then put that down without burning yourself, is there? So like so. And then get it to be within the board like we said. So that's, I'm happy with that. Now let's do the other side. Again, this one's a bit more tricky because this is this funny one that goes all over the place. So you don't need much because it's very small. And then let's try and stick that on there. It doesn't matter if it's not completely opposite each other. In fact, it's better if it's not, because it gives it a bit of quirkiness and all that business. Quirkiness, if you know what quirkiness is. If you don't, look it up on that search engine of yours. So that's what it's for, to help you learn. And yeah, I'm going to put that one there. Now, I was lucky there because that tongue and that nearly touches that thumb. So it might have been, if that had got in the way, I would have had to make it go over the edge, which I didn't want. But luckily, it doesn't do that. It's just right. So without further ado, let's get some glue on there. And then quickly turn it over and then pop it down where I need it to go within the board, like I've done there. And again, I can move it slightly while it's still wet, but that won't last for long. So you have to be quick, guys, doing this. But at the same time, you've got to be careful because it is hot glue, so you will burn yourself. And especially with little bits like that with the ear, I need to put a little bit down under there without burning myself. So when I say burn yourself, it's gonna hurt a little bit if you get the hot glue on there. But you know, don't worry too much. But try not to touch it because it will hurt slightly. So this ear, you need to make sure it's around the right way. So I know that's whiter that side, so that's the back. So that's the bit that needs the glue on, and I'm going to put it just sort of down there in between the eye socket, if that makes sense. So a little bit on there like so, and try to get that where you want it. You can put it at a jaunty angle, but I'm not going to on this side, but I will on this side, because that's the way I roll. And like I say, it gives it more character, guys, and we like character, don't we? Yes, we do. Okay, so how am I going to do this one? Should I do it like that, going down, or should I do it going up? I think going up, because chefs have to listen a lot, don't they, for the next order and all the bits and pieces and all the workers they've got underneath them, and all the sous chefs and all the bits and pieces that you have with that. So, and have to listen to the customer and what the customer wants. So I'm going to put it up so it looks like he's listening. So we do that, make sure it's around the right way, the whiter side. And then I just stick that down like so. So there you go, that's all on. So we've got all that on, and guess what, guys? We just need the, oh, ran the wrong way, need the hat on. So that sort of goes there. So what I normally do is I put a bit there and then some there. So this bit sticks to the wood and this bit will stick to the hat. And sometimes you'll find, you know, it might tip up slightly, but I like that because that gives a little bit of a gap behind the hat and it looks more 3D. So yeah, that all helps. So here we go again, a bit of glue there and some in there, dollop. A dollop, we like, well, we don't like dollops, do we? But if you know what a dollop is, if you don't know what a dollop is, look it up, guys. You know what I mean, what I'm saying? See, I'm teaching you loads of slang and things and words. And, you know, if you're not a Brit, you might be watching this from another country and thinking, well, I don't know what Simon's talking about. But, you know, I'll teach you all these fun words, you know. So, you know, you don't just learn art with me, you learn all these words. And, yeah, you can take that forward and put it into your society and all that sort of thing. You know what I mean? Your community. Okay, so let's just make sure this is all stuck down. I believe it is. let's just do the turn it over and hope test. And that's worked. Okay, so that's fine. So now we've got our eyes. And remember, I'm doing it this way with these ones. But if you've already done what I did before, where I showed you to do it with a couple of pens, then that's fine too. So it's basically would be finished now. But I need to get these eyes on because, like I said before, the person I'm making this for has 2 different coloured eyes. And I still don't know what that's sort of, what that's called, what that name's called for somebody with 2 different coloured eyes. So like I said before, let me know in the comments below if you know what that's called. And then I'll learn something new. So I'm just going to pop that there. And then this one, I think I'll just have it going slightly in and down, just to make it even more quirky. So a little bit of glue on there. Try not to get your wispy bits, which I'm trying to do, which it's not playing ball at the moment, guys. Okay, nearly there. Right, we're there. Now turn that over and pop that sort of there. So, ooh, more looking in, I think. Like that and down a bit. Yes, I'm happy with that. Okay, guys, there's a little wispy bit there. Just the final look and check, because we are nearly there. Now, how fantastic does that look? Now, anyone who receives one of these would be really pleased. And the good thing about this is you can adapt it. So we've got a chef, but you could have an animal. You know, you could have anything really. You're just using the brush as a base and then going from there. And I like using brushes because they've got the brush part here and it looks like hair. So I always do things like that. But I have done animals. I've done giraffes and lions and bits and pieces like that. And cats and dogs and things. And I will do some more tutorials about other brush characters. So you can all have a look at that and see how I do that. But it's the main principle is the same. It's just we're moulding clays and different bits and pieces into different shapes. Sometimes I use material as well to recycle materials. And say I've got a lady and I've got a nice dress or something on, then, you know, I might use some nice material to make a dress, but I can show you that. Sometimes I use polymer clay when it's really fiddly bits. Say if I was making some small shoes with you know, laces, that sort of thing, then I might do that. Or there's a bow and it's got to be a bit more girly, so it needs to be a little bit not so heavy-handed, not so thick features and things, then I might use different clay for that. But yeah, going forward, I'll see what we come up with. But let me know in the comments below if you want me to do a certain character made out of a paintbrush, because I'll do that for you guys, and then do a few clips and you can make your own and keep it or give it as a gift, whatever you find is what you want to do. But to be quite honest, when I make things, I like to keep everything, but I've got so many things now, I can't actually keep it all. It's just impossible. And but now I am getting to the stage where I just give things away because I like to see the happy faces of the people I, you know, give the gifts to. And yeah, there's always something nice to do when you share the things you're good at and help people and all the rest of it. So yeah, so I'm going to go now, guys, because I'm waffling on, and you don't want me waffling on, if you know what I mean, what I'm saying. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe and do all that other things. I have got another subscriber now. Last time I did a video, I think I had 6. I know, that's amazing, isn't it? Now I've got 7, so it's working. So I'm getting about 1 a week. So at this rate, I'm going to be 1,000 or more weeks down the line before I get to my 1,000 target. But yeah, so all swings and roundabouts at the end of the day. So again, I'm waffling on, and you don't want to hear about that. You just want to see what I'm making. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next clip. Bye-bye for now.